Charles Nyame is convener for the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management. He joins us on Eyewitness News. Mr. Nyame, how concerning is this disappearance of the server to you as a group?
Thank you very much. I would like to just extend greetings to your listeners and every customer of Gold Coast Fund Management. It is a very great concern to we, the customers of Gold Coast Fund Management, in a sense that as we speak now, our payment has been 5 years now delayed, and the government has conditioned the payment of our locked up funds to a successful securing of the liquidation order in the court. Now, on the liquidation case, we have reached a point where the judge has ordered that the server, which belongs to Gold Coast Fund Management, which was confiscated by the Securities and Exchange Commission through EOCO, should be granted access to the Gold Coast Fund Management lawyers for certain data, which is investment files of clients, so that they can reconcile the figures which the Register General Department has brought to the court as a debt-owed customers. And to our utterly dismay, last week when we went to the court, that is on the 21st of June, the Register General Department lawyers came to report to the court that upon their effort to reach out to the EOCO for the server and its content, the response they got from EOCO is that this server, worth over 3.5 billion, its content, has lost or they cannot locate it. And it is a great concern because the more the case delay, the more our payment delay. What we are saying to the government is that we want an immediate investigation to be opened against the dealings of this EOCO, because EOCO is not a wayside chop bar where records cannot be kept, like when the server was taken, where it was taken to, who was given order to be in charge of the server. So if they say they can't locate the server, then I think their structure must be open to investigation. And we are calling on the government to give order to the EOCO to submit the server to the court at its next adjourned date, which is on the 3rd of July. We are also calling on the government that now that the server, which is in the custody of the government, has gotten missing by the government, then the government has no grounds to hold our payment to ransom to any condition of secure liquidation order from the court, because it is clear that the government actions and inaction is deliberately delaying the liquidation process. And for 5 years now, we can't wait any longer. Therefore, the government should advance payment through the already approved bailout package from the parliament, and also the government can advance payment from the stability fund, which is 15 billion set to support struggling financial institutions.
So 2 quick things. You want an investigation into the disappearance of this server you're talking about, and also because you say that the disappearance is actually because of quote-unquote EOCO or government negligence. Government should not subject the payment of your locked up funds to, any liquidation process. But have you triggered any process? Who do you want to do this investigation, and what steps have you taken to ensure that the matter is proved into?
The first step we have taken is to create public awareness to this happening, so that the state institution, that is, you see, when we say government should know the right thing to be done. You see, Parliament can take over this investigation, and other governmental institutions, the police, intelligence department can also take up this investigation, because the server is not just a sheet of paper which can be mixed up with documents that you come and tell the court that it is missing. So we want the government to open the whole structure of EOCO to investigation, because we are seeing this as a deliberate ploy of the government, because this server has not missing. How? Because it is this same server that PwC used it to validate our claims, which they are still ongoing validating claims. So what data are they using to validate the claims? It is just a deliberate ploy for the government to buy time. And if the government so wish to buy more time, people are dying. Over 800 of our customers who are pensioners are dead and gone, and we are still counting. And how long must people work hard, support this nation, think of this nation, invest their money into the nation's financial sector, instead of saving it offshore, as some politicians are doing. And at the end of the day, you bring a policy which is a financial cleanup policy, which you promise that this policy is coming to help and prevent the loss of investors' investment and deposits. And at the end of the day, we rather lose everything for 5 years. Business have collapsed because their source of capital, which is investment, has been locked up for over 5 years. People education have been halted because the very money that their deceased parents left for them are in the locked up fund for years now. People cannot go to school. What kind of country are we in?
Mr. Nyame, well, I understand the concerns you are raising, but we also try to get answers from EOCO, and our sources there tell us that, in fact, the server has been presented to you as a coalition. What's your response to that?
You said that the server has been done what?
No, the server has actually been given to Gold Coast. Yes, and that you, the members of the coalition, are not in the known, for which reason you are raising these concerns. Have you tried to seek answers to, authorities of the defunct company?
Listen to me. We are not basing on hearsay. We are talking about proceedings that went on in the court of competent jurisdiction, that is Accra High Court, Commercial Court 6. This is a report that
just to be clear, one point: have you been able to seek, answers from management of the defunct company? Because EOCO says that they've handed over the server to managers of the defunct company and not you as customers of the company. No. There are two different issues.
We did not request it for the server. It is the court that requested, gave order that the server, content of the server should be granted access to Gold Coast Fund Management. And Registered General Department lawyers representing the government came to the court and reported to the court that the server that the court has requested, that its content should be granted access to Gold Coast Fund Management upon their consultation.
I get that, but I'm just asking, have you sought explanations from management of the defunct company? That's the point I'm trying to,
The lawyers of the defunct companies were in court, and the rest of officials of the company were in court, and they were even taken aback on this revelation.
That's okay. We'll see how this particular one unfolds in the next adjourning date. But thank you so much, Charles Nyame, convener for the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management Company.